Hey, I'm Sanjeev Sharma. I'm from New Jersey, and I'm a part of a book club, Rajiv Malhotra book club here in New Jersey. I just came to attend this event, and I'm really amazed to see how the event went, the information Rajiv Malhotra provided to the audience, and apart from that, there was and Rajiv Malhotra showed the real Kshatriya, real intellectual Kshatriya. There was in a Q&A session, there was a so-called professor from an elite university. He started putting an allegation instead of asking question, and I know, but Rajiv Malhotra he gave a real answer. He showed how to handle the Kshatriya as an intellectual Kshatriya, and I think I'm so glad that I attended this event. I'm a part of this event. I've seen a live action of Rajiv ji against these leftists and West people. Thank you.
So my name is Allegra, and I'm a member of Hindu Students Council, and I was here just helping out with the event. One thing I really appreciated about today's talk was how the speaker compared Islamophobia and Hinduphobia. I think often people can be dismissive of Hinduphobia, because they might not think it doesn't have as being an impact. People aren't dying because of it, or because they just have a negative view in general of Hinduism and of Indian culture, but people have historically died because of this, and even today, just a few months ago, there is a well-known case where someone's grandfather was visiting from India, and he was actually killed in the streets because he was dark-skinned. So I think it's really powerful to draw comparisons between different ways that people of color are stereotyped and oppressed in the modern world. Not just in the West, but worldwide, and to sort of see some of the connections between the two of those, between the ways that this happens. And I think I also really appreciate the speaker raising this, because I think the only way we can really overcome this is through building movements and building alliances across these different communities. I also really just appreciated how the speaker addressed the hecklers who came. I felt he addressed them mostly in a pretty balanced way, and so many of the things that they said are things that, to me, it really sort of demonstrated where kind of the basis of the Marxist critique that he addresses in many different ways, and it also just addressed that he's addressed all the different things that they raised in so many different articles, and it shows that it's not they're not coming from a place of having an intellectual debate or a scholarly debate. If they haven't even looked at any of the responses we've given over time, just asking the same questions. So although that element of the talk was stressful and a little bit crazy, for me it was really educational to see that.
My name is Abhijit Deshpande. I am based out of Edison, New Jersey. I just came out of this session with Rajiv Malhotra. I think the point that he is making is absolutely bang on. The Hinduphobia is the primary issue that I think we all witnessed in a way. And I think I first would like to congratulate Rajiv Malhotra for being a non-apologetic Hindu thinker. Most of the folks who are apparently on the right side of the political equation, for lack of better words, they end up being apologetic when it comes to Hindu issues. So I think he was very open enough, and from his own experiences, he has formed this view, which I think is very important. And definitely what we saw into the session, the outburst that the people had, is really helping him making his point, that when people don't have the arguments to make, they end up becoming just shout the slogans and just try to shout it down. So I think he made his point, and the word that the thinking that he's propagating on Hinduphobia is something that we all need to realize, and we all need to be open enough and understand what's going on in the media.
Hi, my name is Ganesh Ramakrishnan. Today's event was wonderful, pretty good, where we all Hindus need to know about what are all the topics and what are all the issues and challenges that confront us on a day-to-day basis. Rajiv ji, spectacular as usual in his elements of covering different facets of what are the challenges, what are all the things that we all need to know and we all need to learn as well. Specifically about this incident today, you saw the ruckus that was created by these guys who didn't want to engage on a fair debate. The professor, he claimed himself to be a professor, probably as what Rajiv ji mentioned, an adjunct professor out of University of Chicago or somewhere by name Williamson or somebody. I still, I am hard to grapple to, why people would conceal their identity. When they're asking questions, they should engage in a fair debate. And Rajiv ji went on talking to them in terms of engage them in a very fair debate. And they always said about, they continuously engage in slandering, and he had clearly, ripped them apart in terms of their initial questions on plagiarism. Come on, give us a break. Wow, Vedas, if you talk about plagiarism, everybody should be there in, what about Vedas? What about this thing? These are all the core concepts of Hinduism. Rajiv ji is talking about all this immense thing what Hindu Sanatana Dharmas said. And after that, the people who identify themselves were from India, it was again shocking to see these leftists coming and talking about the shouting, and they didn't want to engage on debate and shouting down everybody and trying to, throw muck. Instead of staying there, asking questions and engaging in a fair debate, which they didn't do. They had a very good chance, but they shouted, they started talking about very ill about Hindutva, down, and see a couple of ladies who came from there. Very disturbing to see, very pathetic understanding of the knowledge of whatever they have. And I'm sorry if they are supposed to be the professors or this thing. I pity the students. I'm really sorry about it.
Hi, my name is Aditi Banerjee. I'm an attorney in the New Jersey area. Today's talk by Rajiv Malhotra was a very important event. While his talk was brilliant as always, what was even more important is that this was a case and study of how deeply entrenched Hinduphobia is and what a problem it is for our community. The way that these professors and students disrupted what was a peaceful and positive talk by Rajiv Malhotra and used personal attacks and slander that had no substantiation in facts or evidence shows how deeply entrenched and strong our opponents are and how strongly we must counter them.
Hi, my name is Ravi. I'm the president of Hindu Students Council. I've been following Rajiv Malhotra's works for a few years now, and it's really apparent that he is at the vanguard. He is leading the evolution of Hindu Dharma for the future and for future generations. So I think it's a really important and really unique perspective that he brings. The thoroughness of his research has always astounded me. So as far as the event goes, it was amazing. There was a lot of good information, obviously, but I think usually the best parts are the question and answer sessions, which, as you saw, was pretty provocative, to put it in a mild manner. There was a professor, so-called from a so-called elite university, that presented various allegations and really exemplified and demonstrated the bias against the bias in Western Indology towards Hinduism. You can see that there is not a level playing field, and Rajivji has done a tremendous job in leveling the playing field, and this event is going to go a long way towards leveling that playing field. So I am very happy that this event took place. I am really amazed that Rajivji handled the hecklers and whatnot with grace and poise and with well-founded, well-researched answers. This is something that we all need to do as a community to be able to, again, level that playing field in Indology and in Hinduism studies. So again, I'm just really amazed at the quality of the event that just took place, and I hope that there will be many more to come. Thank you.
My name is Madhav Sapre, and I was following Rajivji for quite some time on YouTube and various social media. He was actually attacked under kind of pretense of asking questions by one professor from Elite University here, and that was really little surprising how underprepared that professor was, but Rajivji was kind of, well on spot and well prepared to answer the questions, but seems apparently he was not interested in receiving any responses. He was just interested in hit and run. So he was jumping from one thing to another. So very interesting. That was one of the high points, and the other point also, like the issues that exist today in our academia when it comes to educating people about our culture and Hinduism and all. It's little like, it's more viewed from the outsider angle. There's no insider angle as Rajivji has prescribed or kind of explained in his book Battle for Sanskrit. So Rajivji brings up this insider angle very nicely, and that is kind of helping many people to understand the gravity of the situation of Hinduism in academia, how bad it is, how bad it is portrayed by picking and choosing only what some of the so-called Western intellectuals want to kind of depict and show.
Hi, my name is Aniket Kohli. I work for a large multinational corporation, work out of New York City and New Jersey. The event was very good. In fact, it was my first interaction with Rajiv Ji in such kind of event. He could demonstrate his depth of knowledge, the study that he does for a particular topic, and in that way he is able to gauge what other people have written about a particular topic and what he understands about it. So that helped us understand the overall perspective about what he writes and specific topics which he chose. For example, the way in which invasions happened, what was the impact of that on the history and culture across the globe, sociological impact, and things of that sort. They're quite interesting. The incident about what happened during that, I was really surprised. The tempo was very high. The kind of environment was such kind of event was organized during the academic institution. There was a lot of energy. However, there were a few people who came in and tried to sabotage the event by throwing up their ridiculous ideas. But the good part of it is, Rajivji understood the question very clearly. The second part, he tried to give a right explanation to the individual who is asking that question by producing the right kind of facts. In fact, many people who are asking the question were not even prepared to ask the question in a proper way. They claimed that they had read the book, but it appeared that they didn't even have read the introduction of the book properly. They couldn't understand the meaning of left and right, what is referred to in the book, and they're biased by their thoughts of what left and right is referred to in general. There were a few people, students, who tried to raise the Dalit movement and the ideas related to development and all that, which were not relevant in the context of the talk which was organized. But still, Rajiv Ji could answer those points very well and could associate it with the Hindu phobia concept which he talks about. It's quite impressive the way in which he handled it. He could answer those questions without getting agitated. That conveys how deeply he is rooted with his knowledge and can explain it in such a simple way.
Hi, my name is Abhimanyu Gupta. I live in Jersey City and I work in New York City as a technical director. I had heard about Rajiv Ji, before from other events, but this was my first time listening to him live, and I was quite amazed by his articulation, his thoughts. I had seen some of his videos. I had read a book also, actually. I read Breaking India, so it was great listening to him. He explained about Hindu phobia, the things that Hindu phobia that are present in the academia, and how it's a systematic issue. It's not a one-time issue that has happened recently, but it is a long-term issue. And as Rajiv Ji mentioned, he has been fighting it for over 2 decades, and it was quite enlightening. And I wish there was more time to listen to him, but unfortunately at the end there was some disruption from some protesters also. I was vaguely aware of these controversies, but it was good that Rajiv Ji cleared up all these issues, and I thought he was quite convincing in his arguments, and he presented a very good point of view.